Well, we finally in the second half decided to play some defense. So I think that's the biggest thing that I can say about the game. I'm just really proud. We made a few adjustments at halftime, and our defensive intensity, we always preach it. We talk about it. Once we can start doing that consistently for 40 minutes, I keep telling them I'm never worried about our offense because we just have really good offensive players, two of them sitting up here. But defensively, we have to continue to work to be better. In that second half, we really locked in, and we wanted to shut down number 4 and number 24. And I think Wolf had 6 points in the second half, and Peyton Scott only had 2 in the second half. So we just did a great job. The kids did a great job of executing just the small little tweaks that we made at halftime. They locked in, and they decided to play some defense, and the outcome speaks for itself.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, number 4, Wolf, she comes close to where I grew up in Western Ohio. I don't know how much you recruit up there on these Mercer counties, but her family has a long athletic tradition. It just seemed like the ball screens were a big issue in the first half. So did the team make any major adjustments on those ball screens? Or?
We did. Well, we started denying her. We put Ivy and Kamari, and then Ellie some off the bench. Kennedy had to guard him some. Sometimes we got switched off, but yeah, we were trying to hedge in the first half on the ball screens, and then we just decided to get through them or switch them. And so that was the biggest adjustment that we made, and we recognized, and just not even letting those two catch the ball, it was the biggest way that we could help our ball screen defense, because then somebody else had to come off of them.
Kaylee, what is life like when you play defense, you get that defensive stop, and then next thing you know, you're going down on offensive score? Talk about how awesome that feels.
It feels good. I mean, usually when I'm playing, I don't really think about, my points and all. I just do whatever I can to, get the win for my team. And I got going, and I was just looking for my shot and looking for my teammates. So it felt good.
Kennedy, tie game 60, 2 consecutive threes. It doesn't. I know it doesn't matter who takes the shot and scores, but you seem to have that look in your eyes. So get those 2 3-pointers. Just talk about how great of a feeling from the team standpoint it was after the second one.
Well, we practice those shots all the time. I think Lindsay hit me on both of them. It was a one more. We practice those all the time, and a penetrating kick. So, I had confidence. My team had confidence, and it felt good.
Cameron, do you have any special thoughts on beating a Mid-American, 4 games against Mid-American Conference team, finally beat one?
Finally.
So, well, not finally, but one.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Finally, I wasn't being smart. I'm agreeing with you. I said that to the coach before the game. I said, we can't beat a MAC school, and we can. And if you look back and remember, 2 of those games, we didn't have starters. And I think this one right here was both Kent State and Akron. We did not have Kylie. And so she just makes a difference on our team. When she's not out there, it's evident. Kylie has become our coach on the floor, our true point guard that can really score the basketball. And it really helps the rest of our team. It takes a lot of the pressure off of Ivy and allows her to kind of get off the ball some, which she's more comfortable with. And it's just really nice to have that on the court for me as a coach, and just to have that extension. And, I feel the same way about pretty much everybody on our team. And, Kennedy, for me, there was never a doubt those shots were going in. If you think back earlier in the season, Kennedy was 1 for 16 from 3 at one point in our early games. And here as of late, I don't know what she is. I'm not going to tell her what she is because it doesn't matter, and she doesn't need to think about it. She just needs to go be a great shooter because she's a great shooter. And that's how she helps our team. And so I'm just really proud of these guys and our entire team for how they handled the second half, how we fought through some adversity, and our backs were against the wall at home, down 9 at halftime, and we were able to come back and pull it out. And it's nice to have multiple players on the floor that can score, because then it's really hard, like for us, we were able to take away Scott and we were able to take away Wolf, and no discredit to the rest of their team, but we knew in our game plan, if we took those 2 kids away, it was going to be a tough day for them. I feel like you try to take away Lindsay, we've got KD. You try to take away Kennedy, we've got Ivy. You try to take away all of our guards. Emmy, like the last game, had 17. And so it's just really nice to kind of have that balanced scoring attack, and it can be somebody's night any night.
And Kaylee, with that regard, you talk about the Bowling Green game, so their guards had a lot of problems with yourself and Ivy among others, and so when the guards are able to get into the lane, just how much does that create things, so many different opportunities, whether it's a layup, a jumper, or three-point shot?
It really helps. I think it spreads the floor out. When me and Ivy drive, we draw a lot of attention, so that gets Lindsay and Kennedy open shots on the perimeter, and it also gets our dump passes to Emmy. So I think it just opens up, and since they're paying attention to me and Ivy, just gets the rest of the team going.
Just kind of one last one, just for all three of you. What was the general message just at half? You kind of came back a little bit. 22-22 in the second quarter there, but 20-8, just kind of 33. What was just the kind of the vibe in the locker room on wanting to come out and just be hot?
It was our defense in the first half, so we had to come out, play good defense, stop 24-4, and I think we did that in the second half.
We knew they had a big three, and we knew we had to, lock in on those three. So we kind of just focused on team defense and getting team stops and rebounding all together. So, like Kennedy said, it was mainly defense that we focused on.
I told him at halftime, I was actually very calm. What was I? I was calm. But I told him at halftime, I just said, you guys have to decide to play defense. You have to make the decision. I can tell you to do something. I can coach you up. I can give you all the confidence that I can give you. But until you guys decide to do it, then we're going to continue to be in this hole. And so they made the decision. The players did it. They went out. They executed the game plan. It was really the same game plan. It just, we needed a little wake-up call, I think. So at halftime, I think they just took what we said and really took it to heart. But also this team plays with a lot of pride. And they play for NKU, and, they're not just out here playing for themselves. They're playing for each other and for our fans. And, we've got a few days off here, so that's going to be nice going into finals week so they can really focus on their studies. And just really proud of them. They decided to play, and that was on them. And I tell them all the time, the best teams are the ones that are coached among the team, holding each other accountable for everything that we do. And these guys take that to heart, and they were able to execute it today.
Real quick, give us a preview for UC coming up. Exciting game. How are you guys feeling?
I feel great. Yeah, I'm excited. This time of year is my favorite time of year because once the finals are over, the girls really just have a second to just only think about basketball and enjoy each other and enjoy the holidays. And UC coming in here, it's no secret. That's a big game for us. It's our last non-conference game, and to have a team like that we know is really good and really well coached coming in and playing us on our home court. Just little crosstown rivalry. We're looking forward to it. I'm really excited for the game. They've got several players that I know really well that we recruited really, really hard. And they chose the other school, so, we're going to do our best to get out there and give them everything we got. But they're really athletic. Jillian Hayes is a force. She's, I don't know how tall Jillian is, about 6'3". Her brother's Jackson Hayes. She's runs the point for them sometimes at UC. And then they got a transfer, Maya Jackson from Wilmington, that I've known forever. And she's transferred from Seton Hall. She is a phenomenal guard. And so I'm looking forward to the matchup between her and KD and her and Ivy. I think that's going to be fun. And then, they've got a couple other Kentucky kids that we know. So, we're a team that's familiar with each other. And I think it's going to be a great competitive game. Michelle played at Western Kentucky, and so did I. And, so we've got that little Western Kentucky bond. And, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun game. We're going to have our ugly Christmas sweaters on like we always do the game before Christmas, and we'll make it fun. And we'll go out and compete, give it our best shot. Hopefully we'll get a good crowd. You know, it's a 6 o'clock game on the 21st, so a little bit earlier, hoping some families will be in town and can get out and get a lot of people out there and support our kids. And, you know, if anybody comes to watch our team one time, win or lose, I think they'll come back, because we just have a team full of girls that work extremely hard. They play well together. It's a fun style of play. We get up and down. We score a lot of points. And so hopefully, you know, we'll have a good output that night.